All right, we are officially kicking off Giving Tuesday 2021. It's Brooklyn Gives. We are getting you ready to give where you live. So far, we've raised over $500,000 for Brooklyn nonprofits at brooklyngives.org. So it's an incredibly exciting start to our day. I am Leanne Stegmeyer, Vice President of Communications and Strategy at Brooklyn Community Foundation, your Brooklyn Gives host. I will let my colleagues introduce themselves. Jamila, why don't you start?
Hi, I'm Jamila Saeed. I'm the Communications Manager at Brooklyn Community Foundation, also hosting Brooklyn Gives. Very excited this year.
And I'm Jenny Walski, the Vice President of Donor Engagement at Brooklyn Community Foundation. And so excited for this year's Giving Tuesday. There's a lot in store for today.
Jenny, why don't you tell us a bit about our sponsors who are making today possible?
Yes, absolutely. So we are so thrilled and delighted to thank our sponsors for this year's Brooklyn Gives. Our presenting sponsor, Cleary Gottlieb Steen and Hamilton LLP. Our leader sponsor, Sweet and Low. Our advocate sponsor, The Social, which you'll hear a little bit more about later. And then our champion and neighbors, National Grid, Take-Two Interactive Software, Song Law, Kirkland & Ellis, and Santander. So thank you to all of those generous friends at our sponsors.
And just a little bit of background about Brooklyn Gives, if you're just learning about it for the first time this year. We launched Brooklyn Gives in 2016 as a way to celebrate local nonprofits and really spotlight their incredible work on the year's biggest day of giving. So Giving Tuesday is a global celebration of generosity and charity and community. And we just want to make sure that Brooklyn nonprofits really feel the love as part of this global celebration. And so, of course, we're here to spread love the Brooklyn way, and really encourage you to go to brooklyngives.org. We've got 200 nonprofits represented this year, which is an incredible amount of wonderful work. These are largely grassroots nonprofits committed to racial justice, really in alignment with the work that we do at Brooklyn Community Foundation. They are the lifebloods of their communities. They have been helping people survive and sustain themselves through the COVID-19 pandemic. And so what better way to show our appreciation for their incredible work than to celebrate them on Giving Tuesday. And of course, we encourage you to search among the nonprofits represented at Brooklyn Gives, learn about new nonprofits, and of course, make a few donations. One of the wonderful features of our website is we have a shopping cart. So we're really encouraging you to give to more than one and really spread the love. What's also new this year is we have Brooklyn Gives gift card. So you could really a great way to celebrate Hanukkah is send someone a Brooklyn Gives gift card today, and then they can go on and just decide who they want their donation to support. So I'm just going to share my screen so that we can check in on the leaderboard right now and see how everyone's doing. So looks good. Okay, so we can see the real-time total increasing. So we are officially at $512,521 raised so far for 82 organizations. As I mentioned, there's 200 participating. 82 have received donations so far. We've got 1,724 donors who are participating. And as you can see, we've got nearly 14 hours left. So a long way to go this Giving Tuesday. And of course, we can check in on who our leaders are. So we have Groundswell that has raised Groundswell, one of our Spark Prize finalists. We'll talk a little bit more about their really important work later as we talk about the Spark Prize. They've raised over an incredible $53,000, followed by Read 718 and Student Dream. I'm going to resort this list so we can look at organizations who have the most donors. And there's Read 718, who is one of our champions of peer-to-peer fundraising. So they really gather their entire community to come together and raise money for their critical work. Their literacy work on Giving Tuesday. And then second is Ruth's Refuge with 200 donors, another great example of the power of peer-to-peer fundraising, having raised nearly $25,000. And only in their second year of participating in Brooklyn Gives. So, kudos to everyone on the list. Kudos to everyone for putting in such hard work and really coming together. It's been an incredibly gratifying experience to be part of Brooklyn Gives over the past 5 years and to be in community with such incredible organizations and to get an front row seat to the work that's happening across our borough. I am truly inspired every day working at Brooklyn Community Foundation, but especially on Giving Tuesday. So I hope that feeling touches you a little bit, that touches everyone as well today, because it's just one of my favorite days of the year. So I am going to stop that and we'll get back to Jenny and Jamila. And as I mentioned, we want to talk a bit about our Spark Prize, and then we're going to bring on our friend Jackie at The Social, one of our sponsors of Brooklyn Gives, to talk about how they're helping us celebrate a particular subset of participating nonprofits today in Brooklyn Gives. The Spark Prize and Brooklyn Gives really share the same origin story. We've been doing both since 2016, and it's part of this overall celebration of local nonprofits and change makers, with a real focus on organizations committed to racial and social justice. And so each year, the Spark Prize, in collaboration with the Spark Prize Committee, ultimately selects 5 winners to each receive $100,000 in celebration of their incredible work. And so as part of the process, there's 20 finalists, and we lift up these 20 finalists on Giving Tuesday with a $5,000 match, dollar for dollar match. So if you go to the Spark Prize, if you go to the match section at Brooklyn Gives, you'll see each of these organizations and how far they're going towards reaching their $5,000 match. But in total, it's $100,000 from Brooklyn Community Foundation to give our donors and our donor community that extra incentive to take a look at these 20 organizations that are doing really special work. Jenny can talk a little bit about the Spark Prize Committee, just share that process, and then preview our Spark Prize celebration.
Yes, happy to. So yes, every year our Spark Prize is chosen by a committee of distinguished Brooklynites. They come from a range of backgrounds and experiences and expertise, and come together. And really, we're just so grateful to them for all the time that they volunteer. As a Spark Prize Committee member, you receive and read and score about 10 to 15 applications. So they're very much involved in the process from start to finish. Go through a process of narrowing it down to the finalists, and another process after in-person interviews where the winners are chosen. It's a really tough decision, and the committee really just gives us their all and goes through the whole process with us, and it's really wonderful. And so we're so thankful for this year's committee. It's about 30 folks, so I won't go through the names, but you can find their names on our website. And we're just so thrilled to have this group, and the group of finalists is quite exceptional. So please check them out too. And the culmination of the Spark Prize is a Spark Breakfast celebration that we have in early 2022. We're looking this year to have it in March. Fingers crossed that we will have it in person, because it's always such a wonderful, warm, celebratory, inspiring breakfast. We're bringing together community members, the Spark Prize Committee, our sponsors, and just our Brooklynites who are excited to learn and hear about these amazing organizations.
And speaking of the Spark Prize Committee, we're about to bring on Jackie Kuskuna from The Social, who joined our Spark Prize Committee a few years ago, was able to participate in that experience, and came out of it being not only a champion for the Spark Prize, but a believer in the work of the Brooklyn Gives campaign. So I'm going to bring on Jackie to tell us about The Social, and to announce the winning flavor of our Brooklyn Gives and The Social Giving Tuesday contest.
Hi.
Hi, Jackie. Happy Giving Tuesday.
Happy Giving Tuesday. So happy that we're here together, even virtually.
But we will definitely be seeing each other in person later this afternoon. We're going to talk a bit about that. But if you are in Brooklyn, and particularly if you're in Central Brooklyn, make sure you're popping by Jackie's Ice Cream Palace. It is truly a celebration of ice cream and community at the Social, at the corner of St. John's and Washington Avenue in Prospect Heights. We'll be there from 3 to 5 p.m. Trying the new flavor, making ice cream sundaes with the new flavor, and all of the proceeds from it's Pay What You Wish, and everything that is donated will go directly to the Brooklyn Gives campaign. So I just want to mention that we did this contest through our, we ran it through the Brooklyn Gives website and our social channels, the Social and our Brooklyn Gives Instagram and Twitter accounts. And so we did have a winner, and I just want to shout out Jeff Slowski for coming up with our name and helping us on the path to this really, really, really good ice cream flavor. And I feel like I can say that as an authority on ice cream, as someone that's eaten a lot of ice cream. So Jackie, tell us about this really, really unique, very Brooklyn ice cream that you are in the process of mixing and are ready to unveil today.
Yeah. So thank you, Jeff, because we love the flavor. We love the rainbow cookies. Oh, did I give it away? I almost gave it away. Well, you're going to hear it in like 2 seconds anyway, so it doesn't matter. Can I reveal it? Okay, cool. So the name, which is just lovely, is Spread Love, and I'm going to hold this up so everyone can see. Spread Love, the Brooklyn Gives Way. So we love the name. It really, that's what Brooklyn Gives is, right? It's like, you're spreading love. So it was just very, very appropriate. And the flavor is a vanilla malted ice cream with swirls of chocolate cheesecake. So 2 nods to Brooklyn vibes, malteds and cheesecake. And then we added rainbow cookies, which represent the diversity and the vibrancy of this incredible borough. And they're pretty colorful and quite delicious. So spread love, the Brooklyn Gives Way. So today, can I talk about the social? The ice cream social, not the social. This is the social, by the way.
Yeah. As you talk about today's event, I'm going to play a video we shot yesterday. So we can
cool
to watch the making of it while you tell us about today's event, and and of course tell us about what the social is and why you created it.
Yeah. We created social with that in mind. And what you just saw, by the way, was the making of Spread Love, the Brooklyn Gives Way. And that flavor is going to be available in scoops in our, what we call the dipping cabinet, where you get ice cream, the ice cream cabinet. And for today, we're also going to hand crank it in our big ice cream churner. I don't know if you have any images of that. But it's a large ice cream, hand crank ice cream churner that everybody's going to have an opportunity to churn and create this flavor that way. We can't make as much as we can in what you just saw on the video. So this is specifically for today's ice cream social, and it'll be followed by a sundae bar. So we'll scoop the ice cream out of the massive churner, and then we'll have a sundae bar, and it'll be a pay as you wish. 100% of the proceeds are going to Brooklyn Gives. So we would love for everyone to come today. That would be wonderful. And if for some reason you can't make it today, you can come anytime in the month of December and get a scoop of Spread Love, the Brooklyn Gives Way because of the proceeds for that flavor are going to go also to Brooklyn Gives. So it's a month of giving, and we're really happy to be a part of it again. The social, as Leah mentioned, was born out of this idea of coming together, of being social. And honestly, when we created it, we thought that social distancing and social isolation was going to be gone, and we were all going to be the Roaring 20s and get back together and hang out. And it's not quite that way, but we're hoping that slowly it's going to, the pandemic is going to start to wane. And we'll all be able to feel more comfortable, at least, being inside and being social. Doing this ice cream social, churning for change, is something that's near and dear to our hearts. And we're really excited to do it with Brooklyn Gives and the Brooklyn Community Foundation. I sat on that prize committee, the Spark Prize Committee, a couple of years ago, and it was an incredible experience. It was so difficult to figure out to evaluate all these incredible organizations. So I just have to say, as a former committee member, and to those who have, made it thus far, didn't make it, it's from our perspective, it was really, really difficult because there was just so much wonderfulness out there. So I'm excited to be a part of it in a different way now.
So on that note, Jackie, I just want to we want to highlight the two prizes that this partnership has made possible. And so the first prize is our Ice Cream for Breakfast prize. It is awarded to the organization that received the most donors before 8 a.m. this morning. And that went to Sadie Nash Leadership Project, a former Spark Prize winner. So major kudos to Sadie Nash Leadership Project. And our Churned for Change winner, which is the organization that received the most donors between 8 and 10 a.m., is Groundswell Community Mural Project, another incredible Brooklyn nonprofit that we all love. Yay, Groundswell. As we mentioned, Groundswell is a finalist for this year's Spark Prize. So hopefully this gives them that added push as they're in competition to become one of the 5 winners. So thank you so much, Jackie. We will see you at 3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Avenue.
And we just can't wait to fill our bellies. As I mentioned, if you're feeling a little guilty from your Thanksgiving holiday, it's really important to wean yourself off the sugar. So you need to maintain your sugar and calorie intake in slightly decreasing levels. So don't go cold turkey. This is a really important.
You can't go cold turkey.
You can't go cold turkey. So it's really important you get a few scoops of ice cream in your belly this afternoon, maybe some whipped cream, maybe some toppings. It's really up to you. It's you got to do what makes you feel good. And I think
and maybe take some home. Yes. Share with your friends.
I will absolutely be taking home a few pints today. So thank you so much, Jackie. We love you. We love the social. This has been such a pleasure in this partnership, and we look forward to toasting to Giving Tuesday later today.
Thank you.
Bye, Jackie. And now I'm going to bring back on Jamila so that we can preview the rest of our day today. So we are going to be coming back on at noon to announce 2 more prizes, check in on our total, and then we are going to go real in person this afternoon. So we hope to see everyone in person this afternoon at the social. And I'm going to share my screen again just so I can preview what our next prize is going to be. We've got 2 prizes sponsored by Cleary Gottlieb. We are going to be unveiling in our next live stream the winners of the Cleary Gottlieb small but mighty prizes. So these prizes really are focused on what makes Brooklyn Gives so special, which is the participation of nonprofits that are led by people of color, that really are grassroots in our communities, smaller budget sizes. So this is a way that we can really bring them an added boost on Giving Tuesday and help them in their important work reach more people. So we've got an organization led by person of color with a budget of under $250,000 a year, which is truly that is truly grassroots. And then we're going to be looking a second winner who's got the budget between $250,000 and $1 million. And so these are, again, supporting organizations with the most donors. So we're really just trying to encourage engagement and activity, and for people to really discover and support some new organizations rooted right in their own backyards. Jamila, do you have any words to get people excited about Giving Tuesday that you'd like to share?
I think that one of the great things about Giving Tuesday is all of the activity on social media. So I definitely encourage everyone to check out our social channels. We're at BKLYN Foundation across social channels, and to follow the hashtag Brooklyn Gives. There's some really good memes going around. We posted a Baby Yoda, what's not to love. But there's a lot that you can do. And if you find yourself giving to one or more nonprofits on Brooklyn Gives, please tag us, add the hashtag Brooklyn Gives, and just spread the love. And hopefully people will, continue in your footsteps and make their own donations. And I know we mentioned before that we have e-cards available. So this is a great way to get your kids involved with giving. If you want them to, learn a tradition of generosity, you can purchase a gift card for any nonprofit on the site. So if you get a $100 gift card, you can make as many donations as low as $5 to as many different organizations that are participating on brooklyngives.org. And you can have your kids and your family, your friends choose who they want to donate to.
And Jenny, do you want to give one more thanks to our sponsors while you're here?
Yes, I'd love to give one more thanks to our sponsors. I also just before that want to say, don't be intimidated by the fact there's 200 nonprofits on brooklyngives.org. You can search by issue area, search by neighborhood, and really refine it based on what you're really interested in supporting. So check it out, brooklyngives.org. And again, another big thanks to our sponsors, Cleary, Gottlieb, Steen, and Hamilton, Sweet and Low, The Social, National Grid, Take Two Interactive, Songlaw, Kirkland and Ellis, and Santander. So big thanks to our sponsors.
And I'm going to close out today's live stream with a closer look at our latest prize winner, Groundswell Community Mural Project. They are the winner of the $500 Churn for Change prize from The Social. And we've got a closer look at their beautiful work. All right, thanks everyone. We are so excited to see you back here at noon with another set of winners. And until then, we'll see you at brooklyngives.org.